those of you that I have not met, I'm Mr. Aspergren. I'll be with you in my capacity for the next year and a half. I'd like to do a brief welcome to all of our children, to our boys and girls, to our upper school, to our parents, to our alumni, to all of our community and friends, parents, and of course to our special guests. Thank you. I look forward to meeting and listening to all of you in the coming weeks and the coming year. With that, I would like to turn it over to Ms. Duffy, who will take us into our program. Thank you.
Good morning, Seacrest, and welcome to a flag ceremony that we only get to have once every 4 years. And each leap year, we have the opportunity to celebrate the founding of our school by honoring the birthday of Jane Kern on February 29th. And today we have the privilege of hosting several people who were instrumental in the founding of Seacrest and the realization of its mission since 1983. We'll begin our flag ceremony this morning with our Pledge of Allegiance by two Seacrest seniors who have been here throughout their educational careers, Tyler Myers and Ryan Talano.
Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And our senior chorus, comprised of students from grade 8 through grade 12, will lead us in the national anthem. You should still be singing. Seacrest song was written by the daughter of our founder, Jane Kern. But the first student to sing that song was Erica Jones. Erica Jones is now Erica Roshak, and she, along with her daughters Avery in grade 8 and Emerson in grade 2, will lead us in the song that represents the spirit and joy of our mission. Okay, so before we begin, I just wanted to share a little bit with you. So it's an honor to be here with you this morning celebrating Founders Day. My journey at Seacrest started in 1995 when the school opened its doors. So I had the incredible opportunity to be here with both Jane Kern and LYNNE Powell leading as heads. These amazing women both lovingly devoted themselves to this special school. They helped to create a unique educational environment where learning is a joyous occasion, where each child is encouraged to find their passion and pursue their interests. But above all else, this has always been a school with a heart. It leads from a place of love and kindness and compassion, where each person is encouraged to be their best self and lead a life of significance. I am incredibly grateful for my time at this school. It was here that I developed a love of learning, and I am proud to say that my children continue in this tradition of joyous learning here at Seacrest. So without further ado, let's begin our school song. Okay. You can sail the deep blue ocean in a ship made out of dreams. You can climb to the top of a mountain, no matter how high it seems. You can write a song so beautiful for everyone to sing. Just use your imagination and you can do anything if you be the best that you can be. Shine your light for the world to see. Oh, see, it's a magical journey. Just be the best that you, be the best that you can be. You can make a difference if you just believe you can. You can set a good example for every woman, child, and man. You can help to save our planet, save the water, save the trees. You're a person strong and loving, full of possibilities. If you be the best that you can be. Shine your light for the world to see. Oh, see, it's a magical journey. Just be the best that you, be the best that you can be. Thank you so much. But wait, there's more on this chilly Florida morning. I have to put my glasses back on. I have the honor now of introducing Dr. Lynn Powell. Dr. Powell truly brought Dr. Kern's vision to life as she grew our campus and our community. Under her leadership and guidance, the middle school building, the student services building, the library, the lower school gym, the upper school gym, and the upper school building were created. Dr. Powell was the energy behind the decision to start our upper school, and she remains a committed and creative supporter of our school. I could share her impressive resume, including her dissertation on global education, published long before anyone else saw that our world was getting smaller each and every day. But suffice it to say that Dr. Powell remains at the core of all that we do each day here at Seacrest. Dr. Powell.
I have to look down at all these children and then this will be easy for me. I am, of course, very delighted to be here. And before I start what I've written, I will have to go back to Erica Jones. When I came, yes, she was in second grade. And I came to start a little work with second grade with a different teacher. And she sang all day long. When you would go in the classroom and everyone was doing their math, Erica was doing her math and she was singing. And in every musical that we had, for a very, very long time, like The Sound of Music, when Myra Daniels, who started the Philharmonic, came to hear you sing, you brought joy to everyone here. So thank you for that, Erica. I love you. brought anything with me except a blank yellow pad with nothing written on it. But today, because it's so important, I have written things down. Now, when I used to speak at the high school graduation, I would write things down. And Mrs. Randall would remind me that you don't do it as well when it's written down, so you'll have to forgive me if I don't do it as well as I should. Every 4 years, all members of the Seacrest community are invited to gather together at flag ceremony to hear the story of the beginning of our school. We celebrate and we say thank you to the people who dreamed of a wonderful school, one that is different from most schools. They gave their wisdom, their time, and their money so we could all be here today. Lloyd and Norma Sheehan were the founders of Seacrest. They formed a board of trustees and hired Dr. Jane Kern to be the first head of school, and she remained the head of school for 10 years. When the Student Services building was built and was opened, I believed it was important to have portraits of the school's founders on display. The following tribute to Dr. Jane Kern was cast in a bronze plaque and hung beneath her portrait. You should be able to find that. Dr. Jane Kern, founding director of Seacrest School, 1982 to 1993. A leader who brought the vision of the perfect school into reality. An educator with a passion for learning. An explorer with imagination and intuition. An artist who finds beauty in every encounter. An inventor and a risk taker. An author who has made it possible for others to follow their dreams of inventing a school. Today, Dr. Kern lives in Minnesota, near her daughter, Mary Jane Aum, the composer and writer of the Seacrest song you just sang, and I know they would both love to be here with you today. They can't be, but we do have 2 founding board members here today. And I am so pleased to welcome honorary board member Vera LINDABURY, a Seacrest grandmother, and Dr. Joe SPANO, a Seacrest parent.
One of the privileges of aging is that you have the opportunity to see a vision come forth. And I'm witnessing this today. My husband Bob and I met many evenings with Lloyd and Norma Sheehan, envisioning a school like this. And we thought it would be so wonderful if students could come and learn and have all that was within them come forth. And it was just such a privilege. I'm like Lynn. I'm going to read part of this because I want to make sure that I cover all of it. Lloyd and Norma Sheehan generously donated the funding for the expenses for 10 years, and I'm grateful to have served as a founding board member of Seacrest Country Day School that evolved from the evenings of possibility thinking. I noticed in the song that Mary Jane wrote and that Erica and her daughter sang the word possibility. And this is a key word. We're sitting today in the possibility of what we were talking about in the Sheehan home. And that's a thrill. We have to remember that. That's really what today is about. Remembering our past, having hope for our future. I personally and my husband were so thrilled. Our grandson, Justin LINDABURY, attended here for many years. And the integrated type of curriculum that was offered really honored his creativity. And now he expresses that as a landscape architect with the TBG design firm in Austin, Texas. I visited Justin and his wife Megan last year, And it was just so heartwarming to tour his projects. Here I'm in a city park that he's been working on, and I see the functional green space that's designed, the beauty, that which reminds us we're connected to the earth. And I know that all of this will nourish so many others. So when I look at you students today, what you're doing, and I certainly honor all of the faculty, I honor all of those who have contributed in so many ways. Jane Kern effectively planted the first seeds of Seacrest Country Day School. Notice the earth, the seeds being planted. And Lynn Powell nurtured those seedlings, developing essential curriculum and an environment that would establish Seacrest Country Day School on a global level. It has been an inspiration to work closely with both as the campus has expanded to meet the needs of the students. As I was preparing and reflecting on this yesterday, I just had such an overwhelming feeling of love and appreciation for all of those who have contributed their talents and their resources. And I want you to know I have that same appreciation for each of you today. You are making a difference. Thank you, and God bless you.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's a real joy and privilege to look out at all these beautiful faces, and in all the craziness of the world today, this restores one's faith in humanity for sure. When Jane Kern approached me about serving on the board of a new school, I was of course both honored and quite curious. For being both a doctor and a father, I had long had an abiding interest in education. But my curiosity soon turned to great enthusiasm as Jane began to describe the basic idea for this school. It was to be a school which not only provided students with the necessary fundamentals of education, but it would also offer them an opportunity to learn and explore for themselves. This would be a school in which the greatest emphasis would be placed upon helping each student discover and develop his own innate and unique gifts and talents. And it would be one in which there would not be a lot of toil and drudgery, but there'd be a genuine joy and learning which would be preeminent. All of this resonated very deeply with me, and so I eagerly considered at once to do whatever I could to assist her in this most admirable and important endeavor. And since those momentous meetings in their home, many years have passed, and having witnessed over the time the growth of Seacrest Country Day School, from its inception and to the present fulfillment, I am today pleased and proud to say that I deem my association with this school and my contributions to its success among one of my life's most signal accomplishments. And each time I pass the school on my way to the church, my heart leaps with joy at seeing how from a single room it has grown into a magnificent institution that it is today. For I know that the philosophy we shared in those first meetings has been wonderfully realized and preserved, and that hundreds, if not thousands, of students have found it to be a positive and a life-changing experience. Without the laudable and tireless efforts of Jane Kern, and without the love and dedication of Lynn Powell, showing her excellent leadership, and without the generous contributions and support of the Sheehan's, the subsequent boards, and the parents and the students, none of this would have been possible. It is to them, as well as the community, we owe a singular and lasting debt of gratitude. It's most pleasing and rewarding to be here today. Thank you for asking me to be here.
first came to Seacrest, I was looking for a teaching position. I had just finished 25 years of teaching 2nd and 3rd grade in a small college town of New London, New Hampshire. I knew I could not be happy in Naples without children in my life. After a long conversation with Dr. Kern, she told me that all she could offer me was a 6-week substitute teaching position in 2nd grade. I accepted and asked her if I could come and visit because I didn't want the children who had just started school to have another change without knowing who the new person coming into their classroom would be. I would come to school every few days and visit the classroom for a little while, and then I would visit with Dr. Kern. 3 weeks later, she asked me to become the academic dean of the school. I accepted with the promise that if I did not like what I was doing at the end of the year, she would give me my own classroom. And to be very honest with you, I absolutely expected that the next year I would be teaching in a classroom at Seacrest Country Day School. The first responsibility Dr. Kern gave me was flag ceremony. I loved it. I realized that I had a whole school full of children for a classroom. And flag ceremony remained my classroom all through the years that I was here. The board members welcomed me and invited me to attend their meetings. And 10 years later, when Dr. Kern retired, they hired me to be the 2nd head of Seacrest School. I would come to school, let's see, what hour I am. That is pretty embarrassing, so you're all going to have to forgive me, because I have 2 of the same pages, so I'm just going to have to talk, I guess, and that's all I ever used to do. So I would come to school each day, and I would do what I needed to do in the office. And then on Friday, we had our flag ceremony. And as I said, that was my teaching. And at the time when I first came here, the classroom buildings were only as big as the building where the baby raised through the 5th graders are today. And flag ceremony was held in a little parking lot that we had to watch out for. The people coming from the church back and forth didn't run over the children. Erica, you remember that, don't you? Yes, I'm glad that you do. Throughout all the years that I was here with Dr. Kern, Mr. Sheehan and later would come to stop by to see me. First, he would visit me in the original school building. And then later, when we moved into the Student Services Center, he would visit me there. The last time I saw him was in 2010. He told me he was proud of Seacrest, and he asked me if I would then build a junior college. I told him no. I never thought we would build a junior college. I could tell at that time that he was not really feeling well. So I asked, Tyler, you remember what I'm going to say, don't you? Yes. Tyler, you will remember. I asked all the children to make cards for Mr. Sheehan. It was going to be his birthday. And I asked Tyler to deliver those cards to Mr. Sheehan. Do you remember now, Tyler? You did. And Tyler arrived just a week before Mr. Sheehan died. When I left the school in 2012, our entire campus was complete. I wish all of the founders could have seen that and seen that their dreams had come true. So I did leave. And when I left, I was so happy to see that this entire campus was built. And as Mrs. Duffy said before, the high school students were so happy to move into their school. Now, before we built the high school, I needed to have the perfect person come along and do that. And I found that person, and that is Mrs. Duffy. And I will tell you for sure, without her great leadership, the Seacrest High School could never have been what it is today. And for that, I am very, very thankful. So, I will close my part of the ceremony and hand this over to you, my dear friend, who delivered that message that day to Mr. Sheehan. And I thank you. And I can see this is your graduating year, correct? So I wish you, both of you, who I know, I just didn't ask you to those things for Sheehan. I will ask you to come up and speak now. And I would like to say, as we close this out, we have two founders here today, but I don't see it that way, Mrs. Duffy. I thank you. Come up here for me. Come here. Again, I thank you for all being here today. And as I said, I will now turn it over to a great student. Are you both going to speak? No. Oh, this is, see, they didn't tell me that. Two great students that I love dearly too. And they don't mind that I tell you that. Okay, boys, here you go.
All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Ryan Tolano, and I'm a graduating senior who has attended Seacrest Country Day School for the past 14 years. I would like to take a moment to thank the founders of Seacrest, Dr. Powell, Ms. Duffy, Dr. Watson, Ms. LINDABURY, and Dr. SPANO for joining us today. It would be easy to talk about how great Seacrest is for countless obvious reasons. Small academic setting, great friendships built through a close-knit community, and close relationships with my teachers and advisors who have helped guide me along the way. But what really makes Seacrest unique is how the faculty and community helped me realize my potential and have pushed me to do my best to achieve my dreams and meet all my goals. Seacrest has been a key factor in keeping me on track to be successful with both my academic and athletic passions. During my freshman year, Madame Lucky approached me about my natural knack for learning French. I was honestly surprised to hear that. She constantly reminded me of this almost every day. This eventually led to my continued study of French throughout middle school and high school, and later on grew into a passion for studying both French, Spanish, and even Arabic. Although it might sound cliche, Seacrest has really become my home away home for these past 14 years. Students at Seacrest know that the faculty wants what's best for them. The school encourages taking challenging courses, participating in excellent athletic programs, and pursuing students' passions. Seacrest is also willing to support us throughout our journey to find our passions. Over the years, I was given freedom as well as support, and I am so happy to say that I have found myself through my passion for tennis and languages. I am truly fortunate to take everything I have learned with me with the guidance of my peers, Seacrest, and my family, and grow into the man I want to be in the field of my dreams. So, I'd like to leave everyone with a thought. We all need to admit we will need some guidance. The most important thing is to take advantage of your mentors who believe in you here at Seacrest. Take every piece of advice and wisdom they give you. Take every advantage, opportunity they give you. There are so many more opportunities here than any of us will ever realize. And lastly, always believe in yourself. Again, thank you to everyone who's here this morning, and thank you to the founders and faculty at Seacrest for everything. I am eternally grateful to call myself a student.
All right. Good morning, everyone. I'm Tyler Myers, a senior here at Seacrest. I've attended Seacrest since kindergarten, and outside of my home, have spent more waking hours here on this campus than anywhere else on earth. So, yeah, I've been here a while, and so have many of my peers. Seacrest may mean something different to each student here, but is almost always positive. That's what gives our community its strength and why we lifers are willing to stick around for our entire education at Seacrest. For me, Seacrest has always been a place of learning. Yeah, I know, it might be shocking that a school is a place of learning for its students. But I find the most memorable lessons Seacrest has taught me are not about math or science, but instead lessons on how to interact with my peers and community around me. So, because of this, I have decided to share with you all what I believe are the two most important lessons I have learned here in my time at Seacrest. First, Seacrest has taught me that a student's quality of education is what they make of it. My experience here is most fulfilling when I am involved in this community outside the classroom. Because of this, I want to encourage and challenge each and every one of you listening here today to consider trying something new this week. Whether it's joining an extracurricular activity, helping a friend who's struggling in a class, or coming out and watching one of our various sports teams. Our time here is short, so we should make the most of it by filling our Seacrest experience with memories. Second, Seacrest has taught me the value of listening. Every student and teacher here is unique and has a multitude of skills, talents, and wisdom. Therefore, I encourage everyone listening sometime in the next week to be mindful of yourselves in a conversation you are having. Are you listening because you care about what the other person is saying, or just waiting for your turn to talk? I believe questions are best answered when we support and sharpen our own answers by listening and incorporating the thoughts of others. Thank you for Seacrest for teaching me these lessons, and thank you all for listening to what Seacrest means to me. I hope for the best of all of you, and that you all make the most of your opportunities which Seacrest and its faculty have given us. Thank you.
We're now going to have third grade students hand over special thank you notes made by students to our guest. Aiden Atkinson, Logan Audrey, Riley Smith, and O'Hara Lyman.
The students at Seacrest prepared special notes for our founders. We would like to present these to you as our way for thanking you for creating this amazing school.